Good morning, Neil here with the Off the Dip radio show, my series Who's Who in Santa Cruz. I'm here today with my friend Tiffany Harmon, who's been teaching swimming forever in this glorious town. And we got a glorious day to talk about swimming because people are going to be hitting the ocean, hitting the pool, and we're here today to talk about learning to swim as well as safety in swimming. And safety is about being in the ocean, even in the pool. You got to be safe. So. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Neil.
All right, honey. What do you want to talk about? This is your show.
Well, I tell you.
You can screw up if you want to screw up. You can say whatever you want to say.
First of all, we got to give thanks for this glorious morning today.
Man.
Yay, May. Yay, May. Thanks for coming through, May.
Yeah.
It's perfect weather for swimming, and also May is Water Safety Awareness Month.
Is it?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
I know. I'm here to tell you.
All right.
Yeah, so it's important that we kind of bring up some topics about water safety so that our community can be safe in, on, and around the water.
And for people watching from afar who are coming here as tourists, you know,
they should definitely be
pool,
aware.
The ocean's a dangerous place.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not that friendly.
Step one is learn to swim. You know, before you want to go learn to surf, you should learn to swim. And I hear many surf instructors that say, gosh, there's so many people that don't know how to swim out there and they're relying on their board. So
what are you doing out there?
They're just looking at what you all make look easy.
Yeah.
You know, so learn to swim before you learn to surf and enjoy that awesome ocean. I run Seahorse Swim School. I've been in business in this town here since 1990 or something like that. So many decades.
Yeah.
Now the kids that I taught way back when are now old enough to
bring their kids,
come on and work with me.
Yeah.
Or bring their kids, which I've definitely had my
employees,
past employees, bring their kids to learn to swim from us. And
what's the first three things that you teach? If I'm coming to learn to swim from you today, what's the first three things that you kind of focus on? Kicking. Yeah.
Blowing bubbles and getting the water out of their nose and their face and getting them comfortable with putting their eyes in the water, which is a skill. Yeah. Because we rarely blow out of our nose, and if we don't blow out of our nose, the water's going to sneak up our nose, down our throat, causes a choke. We're like, why are we doing that? Right. And to have fun. Yeah. Really. You know, and enjoy the water, because that's what water's for, in my opinion. Yeah. It's so freeing and warm, depending on where you go. Just came back from the Maldives, which was like bucket list. Yes. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It looks like a big giant pool.
Oh wow.
Yep, and sharks, we were just talking about sharks.
Yeah.
Right there. Reef sharks, no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, that's what I teach. First three things is have some fun and blow some bubbles and kick your feet at the same time.
Yeah. So do you find kids progress differently? Like some are quicker than others?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, some are naturally born swimmers, you know what I mean? Or athletes in general, or their attitude is just like shaka. Right. You know.
Because there's adults that are scared of the water, scared of it too.
And it's important to teach people the right way the first time. Excuse me. Yeah. Because if you don't, and you're like too forceful or too aggressive or too something, then that scares someone out of the water if they have a really horrible, nasty experience. Yeah. And then I've had people who were 80 that said, I had this horrible experience when I was a kid, and I just want to swim a lap before I pass. Yeah. And let's get to work. Had that happen. Had another woman who, a client who had cancer. She was diagnosed with cancer. She also had a really horrible experience. Her dad pushed her into water as a youth, and she felt that this was like one thing that she didn't get done for her mission in her life before she was taken by cancer. So rest in peace.
Yeah, God bless her.
Yeah, so it's important to do it the right way the first time, and not to get too aggressive or do it like your grandparents did it, because sometimes that can work and sometimes it really, really can't. Right. So we'd like to take a nice, gentle, child-centered approach.
Yeah. Swimming in the ocean different to swimming in the pool?
Definitely.
Yeah, oh, really?
Yeah, because in the pool you're trying to be aligned. And in the ocean, you go stick your head up.
A line. What do you mean by
streamline? Streamline.
Okay.
You know, in one like flat.
Okay.
You want to try to make your body be hydrodynamic.
Yeah.
You know, right? But then when you go surfing, now you're all heads up and not hydrodynamic. So you got to work on the hydrodynamics.
Yeah.
To swim properly and not get exhausted.
Yeah.
You really want to get a good breath, and if your neck is all, it's hard to take a good breath.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you need to practice your breathing as well as you need to practice your swimming?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, kind of like yoga.
Yeah.
You know, and yoga deep breaths are really good practice to increase the tidal volume that your lungs can take in.
Right.
So deep breathing yoga is a great practice for swimmers.
And when you swim in the ocean, of course, you don't last as long because it's as a pool,
right?
It's cold.
Takes
so
your breath away.
Like if without a wetsuit, you're not going to last very long.
It takes your breath away.
Yes.
It definitely constricts your blood vessels and your breathing capacity.
Right.
When it's real chilly.
Yeah.
So
I always tell people too that it's important to learn to swim in the ocean, I think, but it's also important to have an exit strategy because the tide changes all the time. You know, those steps that you went down to get in the ocean are no longer there when you get out of the ocean.
Well, you know, in our swim lessons, actually, we do a lot of junior guard training for kids so they can pass the test and get involved with that popular program. But I'll teach them when they go out into the ocean to turn around and find something stationary on land.
Yes.
So that's your like home base.
Right.
So then when you look back, if that's, you know, a mile that way, you know you're being pulled.
Yeah.
And to pay attention to something that's stationary on the land.
Pay attention to the current.
And you'll know you're in a current if you're a mile down the way, from where you started. So it's important to know where you came from.
Going back to the pool, teaching the pool, what is the youngest you
6 months.
6 months. How cute is that?
It is so cute. Yeah.
How would you know if I'm a father of a newborn and it's 5.5 months, 5.5 months have gone by.
Yeah.
How would I know that kid wants to? Is he interested in, or he or she interested in surfing, of swimming, or?
It's kind of more exposure. I mean, as a parent, you're trying to expose your children to. What did you try swimming? Let's go for soccer. Let's do ballet. Like something will stick. And I'm happy that my mom got me into swimming, and that stuck for me at a very, very young age. I mean, it was my very first job was a lifeguard and swim instructor. So,
did you enjoy it?
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
These questions, I mean.
Yeah.
So I definitely enjoy it. The reward is just incredible. But how do you know? You know by just putting them in there. And you may have fussy, you may have pullback, but just like anything that's hard, you have to persevere and push through.
Yeah.
So if you just take them out because they're crying and whining today, guess what? You're going to have that same thing in 5 years if you don't just push through. So.
Let's talk about your experience. You've been doing it since 1990.
1990. Well, I come from Los Angeles.
You grew up in LA?
Thank you. I'm very happy and proud of that. Yes.
You got out of there.
Well, no, I loved it. I love the people of Los Angeles. They're incredible people, come from all walks of life.
Yeah.
I'm definitely very proud of being raised in Los Angeles. And also, I didn't own a pair of pants until I moved up here in Santa Cruz. As we had great weather all the time, beach weather constantly. So, but I started in LA. I worked for the city of Los Angeles, and I would go around to a bunch of pools, even work down at the Coliseum pool, and Cheviot Hills, and all over Los Angeles. Venice pool, all that. That's where I took my first water safety instructor class.
Yeah.
And then from there, I actually was a preschool teacher and got a heap of clients from that pool, or from that business. And then I started LA as like the home of the backyard pool. So I would drive around to people's backyard pools all over Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Glad I'm not doing that.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I would go from one pool to the next and just teach everywhere, Hollywood and everywhere.
And you've taught everywhere here in this town.
I have taught many thousands of children in this town. 100%. So I moved here in '95 to go to UCSC.
Most pools I've seen you've been there with a student.
Yep, we've been at heaps of pools around town.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now you have your own.
I have my own pool.
Oh, congratulations.
Let's go, dreams come true.
And what's your business called?
Well, my business is called Seahorse Swim School,
Okay.
but this is the Seahorse Swim Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of my staff gave me that name. Big
All
up
right.
Alex.
I like it. It sounds very important. It sounds very exclusive, very important. Sounds very LA. And
Okay.
do you have a website?
Of course.
Okay.
Who doesn't have a website?
Yeah.
SeahorseSwimSchool.com or TiffanyHarmon.com.
Okay. And you're on Facebook
Yep, I am on Facebook.
and Instagram, I'd imagine.
You know, I
We're
should
gonna
be
work on
there,
that.
But yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
work on that.
It's so much. Can someone help me with that out
Yeah,
there?
we'll figure something out. And your phone number to people to call you to make a reservation.
831-661-5110.
Okay. She's
Yeah.
the gal. She's gonna teach you how to swim.
Learn to swim. It's so important. It will save your life, and I'm happy to be a part of that.
Cool.
Super happy to be a part of your children's progress.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming down here today and doing this video. I really
Yes.
appreciate it. And we'll do some more soon.
All right.
And good luck this summer. I know you're gonna be packed. Especially today, people. Today's a great day to go learn how to swim.
Yeah, I'll take you. Give me a call. Let's do this.
All right. Give me the number again. Phone number again.
Shaka, 831-661-5110. My name is Tiffany Harmon,
Thank
and
you,
I own Seahorse Swim School.
Thank
Have a
you,
good day.
Thank you, Tiffany Harmon.